Go into a lot of things about society, about how things are structured, how this whole system is one big Hollywood set. It's one big long play movie. It's like basically when you look at how we're given entertainment, and I'm not about to go into all of that again. I've done that several times, but we know what entertainment is and how we get the byproduct of the actual programming. You know, we get the byproduct of it. We get to go to the football game and, sit there in our fancy attire, our Bengals gear, our Bills gear. We get to sit there and that, spend money on that, sit there at the game. Now we've went and bought hat, jacket, shoes, everything, tailgating, paid for the tickets. You know what I'm saying? Watch the game, all of that. They've made X amount of dollars off you. That's the reason I say this shit is like Vegas. You know what I'm saying? It's the ancient Roman bread and circus. You give the people what they want, and they keep coming back, not knowing that what the proverbial house is giving them is all game. They can never win. You're in a proverbial rat race, meaning you're just running in a circle. Your whole perception is all propaganda. And if your whole perception is all propaganda, then how are some of y'all ass really woke when y'all questioning me on stuff that I think is just elementary? Really, it's just common sense. That's the reason my channel, my whole thing is common sense analytics. I analyze this shit off like looking at it just like we watching TV. Everything in society is like watching TV because we watch most shit through screens. Whether you're doing it on a smartphone or you're looking into your actual TV screen and you watching Netflix and all that other shit, it's like you're given a script of either what's going on at the moment or what's going to happen sometime soon. You can go back and watch several shows on Netflix. You can go back and basically watch anything. And if you're not looking at it for the sake of just being entertained, and you have a little more consciousness about you, shit jumps out at you. You see numbers jumping out at you. You see patterns jumping out at you. You see people mentioning stuff that you feel like you're hearing buzzwords in certain television shows, that you're hearing on certain commercials, on other things that you start hearing in music, that you start hearing just that become everyday language. This is done purposely. Those buzzwords, they become triggers, psychological and emotional triggers. And when they place these words in different television shows, words, phrases, images, when they place them in different television shows and they place them in different commercials, in different situations, shit that ain't got nothing to do with each other. Just the fact that you now have that in your mind, that word, you keep hearing that word is triggering something on a deeper programming level, because you'll then start to see that word associated with certain propaganda. You'll see it put into things, like I said, they'll mention gun laws. They'll mention laws for, protecting certain groups. they'll mention like, certain agendas, and you'll hear these buzzwords attached to them, and you also, it'll trigger inside of your head where you've heard these words mentioned in your certain television shows, phrases, whatever. All this shit is sitting in the back of your mind, just waiting to be triggered. And this is how they get us. This is why they say, Will Cooper said in his book, Behold a Pale Horse, these are silent weapons for quiet wars. Meaning, most people in society are looking for World War III to be a bunch of bombs and shit, and folks fighting and all of that, everything. It's like, that's not what the next world war is, actually. This whole thing about perception. Like I said, if they can keep you thinking something, then you'll live in that reality thinking, oh, just because Ukraine doing this, or they fighting over here, or they fighting over there, oh, it's going to lead to the next big tragic world war, so and so. Man, them niggas been fighting for hundreds of years. Ain't shit happened. But what always happen? They fight, they kill, they do trading with each other. As long as the media don't talk about it, your ass don't even know about it. They bring that shit up conveniently when they want to trigger you. Like I said, they already had those psychological triggers already waiting through certain buzzwords. So when they bring it back up, Ukraine, you hear the word Ukraine, you instantly start thinking about war. You start thinking about other shit. Like I said, this is your world war. Your world war is here. It's not about somebody fighting physically, because if you know anything about the art of war, and you know about how warfare operates, the one who's in a war with someone, if you know the art of war, then you know that war is waged before your enemy even knows he's at war. Sometimes your enemy don't even know that they're an enemy to you. You may not even know who's an enemy. It's about always being prepared. And when you do have a focused enemy, it's not about fighting them physically and shedding blood. Nah, you have to win the war psychologically and emotionally. Like, I'm reminded of a funny little story from like just a lesson in the art of war. To paraphrase it, because I don't want to go into the whole breakdown of it, but to basically paraphrase it, it's like you get close to like your neighbor's lover. No, you get close to your enemy's wife, husband, whatever. And you smash the hell out of them. You know what I'm saying? You get inside of their head, get inside of their heart, have them gone on you. As they would say, you get them whipped, get them sprung, you get them emotionally caught up with you, entangled emotionally. And then you send them back to their husband, wife, whatever, your enemy. What that does is it's war fought on like several different platforms at that point. You don't even have to fight your enemy, so to speak, because your enemy is now fighting inside of their own household, because now the spouses are fighting because they went and cheated with the enemy, and the enemy now has them gone emotionally. I'm telling you, there are all different ways of war that get waged every day. People do this stuff every day, but we don't realize that it gets waged on us on a larger scale. And it's like you have to learn how to push back further from something so that you can see like a larger picture, and you like, damn, it's the same game that we run on like one another and just everyday little things that like we do. Society runs it on us in everyday things that we don't even look at on that level. You know, most of the things that we do every day that we have to do for life, pay taxes, all of that type stuff. And the IRS ain't even a part of the government. IRS is an independent entity, but you gotta pay them. Think about that. Because, like I said, the house always wins. And as long as you're operating inside of the house and you're playing by the rules of the house, which we have to in society, because if you don't pay the IRS, then your ass going to jail. But it's like we're in this crazy ass Vegas game and you gotta play. You don't have a choice. You have to play and you have to lose. Everybody loses. We lose every day. But I'm gonna let you check out when I had my interview with on Infinite Plane Radio. My bad, brain fart. I was thinking about some other stuff. But my man Tim Osmond, I called in one night. We was talking about a lot of different things, but one thing in particular that we started this conversation out with is that this was like right after the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. And it was when everybody was like, oh man, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of Chris Rock and so and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh, that shit was fake. I thought it was part of the show. But I found myself getting into not even arguments, but just little stupid ass conversations with people where it's like folks was looking at me like I was crazy for not thinking that shit was real. I'm like, that don't look like no nigga that I know ever got the shit smacked out of him. That's not the way you react. So I just figured it was part of the show. You're at the awards. You're at the biggest award event. This is where all of the top tier actors are. This is where the shit goes down. And you don't think something like that could happen? No security ran out. Like I said, no security ran out, nothing. So I thought it was part of the show. But other people were coming at me like I was crazy for not thinking it was real. And that's what me and my man Tim's conversation basically goes into. But I'm going to let y'all check out some of that. And then we're going to talk about some of the things. But then I'm going to go back into a few other things because I want to talk to y'all about the prosthetic masking because my reel's been doing numbers and I thank y'all for that. I appreciate that. I'm just sharing information, you know, things I see on like the news, things I see on like Instagram, TikTok, you know, I repurpose other people's material and I focus in on certain points that I want to become conversation pieces because I want folks to be more aware of just what's out there. That's it. I mean, these are just things I'm into. And that's just looking at society on a deeper level, looking at all of this on a deeper level. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, conspiracy theories. And that's something I wanted to really clear up too, is that I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist. It's like, that's some shit other people drop on you. Nobody wake up and say, that's the terminology they came up with. Okay, so that pretty much fits me. No, the fuck it don't, because what that shit means, conspiracy theorists, when they came up with that whole concept, it was the higher authorities came up with a terminology for people that were questioning their the official narrative. If you question the official narrative, you became a conspiracy theorist. Oh, they think something going on that's more than what we saying. Because we got common sense. People just ask questions. I mean, should be sloppy. And this is something else I want y'all to really look at, is that We're in the year 2023. We're in the year 2023, and people are still questioning shit from the no, I ain't gonna say questioning. People are still hung up on shit from the 90s. All this other shit and everything. It's like, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I mean, and ain't no better way to put it. Look, why? I mean, 90s are still. We're in the year 2023, and people are still questioning shit from the no, I ain't gonna say questioning. People are still hung up on shit from the 90s, like Tupac, and you know what I'm saying, and all this other shit and everything. It's like, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I mean, and ain't no better way to put it. Look, why do you think that whole Pac murder situation went down in the way it did? And here we are 30 years later, still talking about Tupac is alive, Tupac dead, Tupac this, Tupac that. Did Tupac fake his death? Did Tupac do this? Did Tupac? That shit was by design. That shit was by design. It was all put out there like that. Mainstream media put that out there like that, and that shit was set up like that for us to be still talking about it 30 years later, wondering if this man is dead or alive, and somebody is making hella money on the back end for 30 years. Know what I'm saying? You wonder why people running around here wondering if this man is dead or alive. Listen, I'ma just say this. I don't think none of these folks, these celebrities, I don't think any of them die at the time we think they die. I think what we see is we see their character get killed off the world stage. Meaning these, whomever this character is, this character, whatever name that you want to fill in the blank, because I don't want to say a name, because a lot of y'all buttered asses start, oh man, so you think so-and-so ain't dead? So you think, man, I don't think none of them niggas dead. That's just me. I don't think none of their ass dead. I think all their asses fake that shit. Because it's like, it's always too much shit surrounding people's deaths, these celebrities. It's always too much. It ain't never just like, when your cousin got shot, his ass died. Your brother got shot, his ass died. Your sister was had this happen to her, you know, she got hurt, she died. You saw the body, you saw the injury, this person died. Celebrities, it's always some shit where they all die the same damn way. It's always a mystery around it. There was always some big money situation coming up, you know, that surrounds it. Like a person got $100 million contract. Somebody was about to leave a label and make over $62 million. Somebody else was about to leave somebody else and you know, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden this person comes up dead. Well, something I don't know that a lot of y'all know, that in California and Las Vegas, you can legally fake your death. And you can do it several other places too, but you can legally fake your death. No, I'm not making this shit up. Look it up. You can legally fake your death if you've had attempts on your life and you have the type of financial standing and backers that will help to facilitate this situation. You can fake your death. Hey, I don't make this shit up. I just find this shit out and I think about it and I talk about it. And it just makes me question when I think about these celebrities and I look at what it says the whole criteria is for a person to be able to legally fake their death. These celebrities fit the criteria. You know, it's like that shit is just common sense. These celebrities fit the criteria. In California, you can fake your death. In Las Vegas, you can fake your death. This is just regular information. But nobody puts it together with, well, when certain people go missing, and they never hear from them again, or it's like, you know, this big person that was the head of this company, they're killing off people from these particular companies. They're going missing and they're never seen again, or they go missing, and then it's like a body comes up a week or two later, or a body never comes up, and you know, it's always some more weird, strange shit. Like I told people, like okay, the girl from Glee, the Rivera girl, you and your son out on a boat in the middle of the water. You go missing in the water, your son is found. That's a ritual. That's a ritual. That's a long-standing ritual. And you see it if you just go back and you look at certain people throughout history. You study rituals and you look at certain things that's happened to like certain figures throughout history. You'll see they did these same things years ago. They did these same things. They died, quote unquote, or they went missing under these same type of circumstances. All you're doing is you're seeing it fast tracked into our modern times. You know, people go out on a boat and they just go missing. A celebrity, her son is found. He comes back. He can't. He's too young to tell you his mom is just gone out in the middle of the water. All of this type of shit. It's like Princess and you know, an elevator dead after he mentioned these things in songs years earlier, because it's like, I tell you, these people know what they're into. It's us who don't know. These people know what they're getting into. Why you think he went through that whole situation where he put slave all on his face and all that? No, it wasn't just because people thinking, oh, yeah, he a slave because, you know, the record labels got him and they got him binded up and he can't do his music the way he want to do, yada, yada, yada. No, they own that nigga life. They own your life. It ain't about the damn music once you get to a certain level. It's about your influence. Your music is just what helps push it. You become larger than, like, your music helps make you a larger than life person. Somebody like Prince is a larger than life person because of his music. So when you would hear him speak in the later years, when you would hear him speak, it's like he always spoke about the ills of the music industry or the ills of just life in general, because he knew he was coming up to a certain point where it's like, I got to get right by you know, somebody, because I done did so much shit in this industry. They all have to sell their soul. They all have to sell their soul. How some of y'all want to go about defining it, you know, you sell your soul a lot of times when you, hell, first way you sell your soul to me, signing to these labels, feeling like you need them to push your art. No, you selling your soul to me in that aspect because your ass wants some attention. You want some attention that you don't think that you can garner yourself. So you need this company, this entity that you don't know nothing about but what you see in the glitz and glamour, that you, when you see the music videos and you hear these songs and you see these people driving fancy cars and shit and all of that, it's like, man, that shit is prop. That shit is prop. That shit is all stage. Y'all need to go check out Fantasia's interview when she was talking about, like, when somebody said to, you know, her about, oh, I wish I had your life and all of the money and all this so-and-so, this and that. She was like, man, all that shit cap. She was like, that's cap. She said, I got to get my ass up just like everybody else. I got to go and do these shows, hit the studio. I got to be at this meeting. I got to be at this interview. I got to do this. I got to do that. All so that you can pay your bills every month, just like the rest of us. And so you can now perform on stages. A lot of times you're driving in cars your ass don't even own. You're living in a house that you don't even own. All of this stuff is owned by your boss, the record labels. Tupac was a good ass example of that. Suge Knight had the nigga living in houses and driving cars and shit he had ownership of. You know, these record labels do the same thing. This ain't something new. And that's why I look at it like when I see people and the way they make Suge Knight look like, oh, Suge Knight was a monster. Suge Knight was this. Suge Knight was that. Man, Suge Knight wasn't doing shit. Barry Gordy, David Geffen, know what I'm saying? L.A. Reid, all the rest of them do. Y'all just don't see that monstrous side because it don't always manifest as somebody being a big ass dude that's like a physical bully. Nah, you got people that'll do shit for you. And I'll put it like that. You got people that'll do shit for you. Like we all think about when they talk about Suge Knight hanging Vanilla Ice over the balcony. So what? He was doing that all back in the 50s and 60s to people. That was nothing. That was like everyday business. Oh, you don't want to sign? Hang his ass over the balcony. Some of them niggas got dropped. You know what I'm saying? But when they asses got dropped, let me tell you something. There's a death clause. There's a death clause that you sign that you don't even know you signing because it's all written in legal nomenclature inside of these contracts. You don't know what the hell you signing. Sometimes the contract look like a damn phone book. Sometimes it's just a couple sheets of paper. And you looking over the words like, oh yeah, look good, look good, look good. And you sign it. Or even when y'all go get these entertainment folks, like, you know what I'm saying, your lawyers and everything, and they look over it and all that, and they're like, yeah, it's good to sign. Man, you better get somebody to look over them and somebody to look over them, because in most cases, I ain't even finna say many, I'm gonna say most cases. In most cases, the record label or the entertainment entity that you're assigning to already got those niggas in pocket. Whomever. These lawyers, these accountants, all the bookkeeping folks, everything, all of them are already in pockets. If they're like independent entities and they're, you know, they supposedly work outside on their own and stuff like that. Yeah, you hire them because you get a good referral. The labels will even give you referrals to people because those folks are already in pocket. So you now have a wolf watching over your goodies while you're doing business with wolves.